Hi, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so first time hosting. I'm super, super excited. Laurel literally messaged me about an hour ago. So we're throwing this together. But I am really excited to be on here and to be able, more importantly, to be able to chat with Kasey. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was on the other side of this table, and now it's really cool to be able to sit here and be able to chat with Kasey and kind of chat with her about her story and what she's got going on, because we all come at this from, different perspective, different seasons in our life. And I think it can be really easy to kind of see what others are doing, see the wins that other people have, but not really see the behind the scenes and, know their story and know their why and know why they're showing up daily and, what it is that fuels them. And so these calls are actually my favorite because I like to be able to, one, get to know some more of the girls on the team. I chatted with Kasey a little bit, but we haven't interacted a whole lot. So I'm really excited to be able to hear her story. Kasey, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've been here about a month or a month and a half. I want to get this I want to see everybody. How do I do that? I don't like talking to myself. Okay. So you've been here for about a month or a month and a half, right?
Yep. It was September 7th.
Okay. And so far you've come in, you've hit your 4Ks, you've really hit the ground running. I know you earned your VIP, and you've really just come in and you've kind of gone balls to the wall. So I'm really excited to hear your story, and we'll just dive in if that works for you.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So I've got them written down here because Laurel sent me some stuff to work off of here. But, what is it that made you take the step to decide to be a promoter?
I think my big one is I have followed this for years. To take it back to square one. I've followed the company since I looked back since 2015. I was working at Shipton's Big Arts, like a boot place, and I don't know, animal health. It's obviously a place for farmers, ranchers to buy supplies. So anyways, there was a gal, she started selling it, if I remember right, and I obviously tried a 3-day sample. So that's 7 years ago now. And what I should say, what made me become a promoter just this past month is the beginning of this whole year, I was always seeing people that I knew, had more personal connections with, begin with the company. And I was like, well, look at how much it's changing their lives. And I even, once Jasmine got started, Evans, with Laurel, I started following Laurel, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start following more of the promoters, pretty much, or the leaders of the company. And I think that's what really inspired me, is I saw how much it changes everybody's lives who's with the company. We're not just, a team, we're a community. And so that's probably the answer to that question, I would say.
I think that's really cool to kind of hear this perspective of how long it takes some people to hop on. Because I did something similar with Bobby. I followed her for at least a solid 6 months. And I've shared before, I followed her, I unfollowed her, I just kind of watched her story. And I feel like we have to work through some of our own stuff before we decide to take that jump. So I think I'm always curious to see how long people watch before they pull the trigger. So that's really cool. Okay. So far, in your 6 weeks that you've been here, what are some adversities that you faced so far, on the business side of things?
I would say it was hard in the beginning because you look for other people's opinions, I would say, about things. And, if someone would answer one of my polls, I'd talk to them about our products, or, just be like, hey, and I think I was starting all the questions with, did you mean to answer my poll? Or, you know what I mean? Because some people would hit it on accident. And so I didn't want to feel like I was pushing them into our company, but I wanted to more show, I guess, what it does. Because I have gotten so many comments, well, it just doesn't work for me, or pretty much watch out is what I should say, or so, Kasey, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know, because this is incredible, to me, this makes me feel so good. So I would say with those people, if you do run into those two, I did try to, like, are you sure you were trying, the three steps right? Like, pretty much were you told how to start with our company or how to start with the products, or did you just take them on your own? Did you need to ask more questions, I guess I should say. And so, but to end it, I should say, don't force it upon people, because like I told my husband, we're in this for the long haul. It's what makes me feel good, like helps my health, and I just want to show people what it's doing for me. But if they don't want it, that's okay. Like, I'm not going to force someone to, partake in my happiness, I guess you should say. I don't know.
A question off of that. I know you said you tried to sample pack like 7 years ago. When you dove in, did you go straight to promoter, or did you retry the products, or how did that work?
Straight to promoter.
Okay.
And what's crazy is because I have watched for so many years, but like I never fully got into it again. Like, I had just tried it. And of course, the company has been around for 10 years. So see, like, it was just 3 years in, still new. I was like, what is this nonsense, to be totally honest? I'm like, a patch that you put on your skin? Like, is this real life? Like, this is a new technology of nowadays. And so I did try Balance about 2 years ago from another gal that lives close to my Billings area. And I saw how the company changed her life. I mean, she hit, high ranks. I think she hit like one of our higher ranks, like 40K, or I'm just meaning it really transformed her life. And, they're building a house now. It's like, I watched what it could do. She's a mom too. And it's like, I needed that change in my life, I should say. I wasn't meant to settle for less. And so, yeah, I just dove right in.
I love that, actually.
Yeah.
So what do you like? Because I know you said you had those little setbacks, those adversities, those conversations. What gave you the confidence to just kind of, I'm going off script here and I'm just asking you questions.
No, that's totally fine.
What gave you the confidence to, I know you said like, you're not pushing, like we're not here to push things on anybody or anything like that, but what gave you the confidence to kind of push past that and, continue those conversations with those people, or just continue on and having conversations with others? Because I feel like a lot of times coming in, that's a big setback. Like, as soon as we start getting that pushback from people, it's very easy to get in our heads and just kind of call it. So if you have any tips on, just pushing past that.
I would just say in the past, I mean, a lot of people, you let other people decide who you are in your life. Like, someone's opinion is big to some people. I mean, that's what can cause you to not do what you want to do. And what I should say is, I won't get like too in depth, but I've had stuff in the past. Like, I mean, growing up, in high school, you're in sports and I was bullied, but when you're good at something, or just like our company, this is working well for me. So why would others want to pretty much support you with what you're doing, is what I should say. And why I pushed past is because I've been through so many hardships in my past that it's like, why should I let someone else decide who I am? Like, this is about my family and this is about me reaching my goals or my future. But it's also, my mom always taught us, like, dig deep with your faith and help others. She's a very, very humble person. I think she's taught me to do that with others. Like, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to force it upon you, but I want to show you what it's doing for my life, like how much it's helping me.
I love that. Just kind of like shining the light on, what these products are, what they have to offer, and just sharing that with others. Mm-hmm. So that kind of segues us into the next part about, like, on social media, what is your favorite way of showing up on social media, to inspire others, to motivate others? How do you like to do that?
I think what I've learned in these weeks is what makes me feel like I've accomplished something in a day is I want to show that I am taking my 3 steps every day. I want to show, if like one of you guys mentioned me in your stories, I want to show that, like, I'm not the only one doing this. There is thousands of others. There's our team. Like, you're not alone. I think that's my biggest part, is I want to show people that you're not alone in this. And like, about our calls that we have daily that you can hop on whether you want to or not. And just really having a strong mindset of showing that I can change my life, like that this company can change my life. And, you know, it already has, is what I should say. And so, yeah, the main thing is the 3 steps, showing your guys's, like everything your rank that you hit. It's like, I love showing that how much it's changing other people's lives too. And I've been, you know, not a part of other companies, but I've used other products, and like, I've never felt this support, is what I should say, or this like community, this belonging. So
I love that, because I agree with you. Like, the community side of things is so important to show. I mean, there's a lot. I think one thing that we need to remember is there's a lot of different avenues of why people joined. You know, we all have our reasons of why we joined. And, you know, of course, you're going to attract people where you're showcasing your story and your why. But at the same time, you know, there's other people that, you know, some people come in directly for the income. Like, that's where they start, and then they fall in love with the community side, or they, you know, somebody loved the products and they love what they've done for them. And then they, you know, they branch out and they realize, oh, okay, this can actually build this, and this can build an income for my family and all that kind of stuff. And then there's the people, like, for me, you know, community is a big thing, being a stay-at-home mom. And I'm sure you can relate. Now, I know you are a full-time working mom too, which props to you. And doing this on top of it, I think that's absolutely incredible. But, you know, being a stay-at-home mom, like, having that source of women like you you ladies are most of the time the only adults that I talk to throughout the day, unless I'm like talking to people about Thrive. So having that outlet is huge. And not a lot of people have had communities like this. Like, I was always a part of sports growing up. And so I was always a part of the team. And that was something that I truly missed. And so having that, like, I think showcasing that and shining the light on that is really important to remember. And I think you do an incredible job of that. I constantly see you like tagging people and all that kind of stuff. So I love that. And so you have come in and you've had an incredible transformation. I mean, you've been here 6 weeks, and what, you dropped 10 pounds, I think, so far?
Yeah, what's crazy is it looks like more, because it's like the fat is just like falling off. I'm like, what is going on? Like, obviously I was lacking something, but I would say like my biggest push was that I would always tell my husband, you know, I'll do this someday. And I even made a post. I'm sure if no one saw my post, or if you don't follow me, start following me and you can see it. But anyways, I pretty much said that it took me 10 years to decide that my someday was now. Like, and it wasn't about weight loss, but you know, you've had babies. It's like, now it was something that was bothering me. I mean, you would put on a shirt one day or pants, and it's like, man, you know, he's 5 months old, and you get so negative. But I think my main push was that I kept saying, like, say it's October 18th today, I kept saying, okay, I'll try again next month. Like, that was my mindset, is I'll start over November 1st, and then November 1st would come, and then it was already November 15th, and it's like, okay, I'll try it again in December. Yeah, so like, I was sick of telling myself someday. And like, also when you start a family, I know, you know, not everybody might not have kids someday and stuff like that, but like, for me, it was hard because I lost a lot of my friends, and maybe I haven't fully lost them, but it's like, they just wanted to go out to the bar and drink, and you know, I can't do that. I mean, I'm a mom now, and like, yeah, you can have your fun nights, but it's like you lose people, and like, those aren't the true people in your life. So like, finding this community, I could cry right now, but I'll hold it together. Anyways, it's been a really big struggle for me, I should say.
I think that, like,
I'm tearing up.
the difference of seasons of life, and you know, I completely 100% agree with you. Like that, like it kind of gets back to what I said about like hitting on the fact, like, this is my social life, which, okay, that's pathetic, but at the same time,
No.
it's just it's the season of life. And like, poor little, like, I'm surprised my house is not burning down now. I told Laurel, if there's flames in the background, she's got to hop on. Like, you know, it's a shit show over here, but we're just surviving. And so being able to, you know, hit on those pain points for people, and, you know, just being authentic. Like, I think something that we need to remember is, you know, our day to day seems very mundane. It seems very boring. You know, literally wiping butts all day long. Like, that's my job. Like, Like, but to other people, like there's moms out there that maybe are working full time and they want to come home and wipe butts. Like, props to it. Like, everybody's got their thing, and being able to hit those pain points, but more importantly, just being, real and authentic to your personal journey. Because I know we can, see so many stories out there, so many like people showcasing their stuff. We follow people and we see their stories, and I think it's very, like I said, I love these calls and seeing people's stories, but I think it's also very important to be able to remember to stay true to who you are, because trying to take on somebody else's story is only going to get you so far. But to be able to authentically like embrace where you're at, embrace your story, embrace your struggles, that is going to be what is going to connect to people, because other people can see right through, your facet, or you putting on the show for other people and that kind of stuff. And so I think that's just something, and I think you do an incredible job of just kind of like showcasing that. And so I would love to hear what your day-to-day looks like, being at home, working full time, having a lot of going on here.
Okay, so I'll try to keep it short and simple, but obviously it's different every day because I have a baby. I have a 6-month-old. So my priority is his, but he is my priority, I should say. But my full-time position, I am a claims completion adjuster, which means that I will get paperwork sent to me from people that do appraisals on, like, say, a cornfield or barley or wheat, and I get their paperwork, I complete it, and then I upload it so the farmer gets paid on their loss for the year. And so that's my job. And so obviously in between putting Holden down for a nap, changing his butt when he's crying, feeding him, like I said, he's my top priority, but that's really what my day consists of. And then when I get a break, or say I'm printing 10 pages for work, I get on our social media and, I try to keep posting. And there will be some days that I think I was talking to Stephanie, but I was just telling her, I'm like, the days that I don't interact with people, like I can tell that, I get less, like people look at your profile less and less. So like, I like when Laurel always says, show up, because it's true. And like every day is a new day. I have no filter. So like, I'll be honest with people, but like I have the filter to where I'm not just gonna, diss who you are. Like, that's why I was telling my story about alcohol. We all drink, someday I might have a drink again, but right now my mindset is to be a better mom, be a better wife. I've just waited all these years. And honestly, I've had migraines for years. And the fact that, I kind of got one yesterday, but that's a different story. Has nothing to do with obviously our 3 steps. It was a long weekend. But anyways, I have been feeling amazing. I was just ready to get over that like hump. Like I'm still with the same company, I should say, but I hated my position. I was traveling a lot. I was doing so much paperwork. I was up till 3 a.m, and then I'd get up at 6 and do it again with another farmer. And so like once I had Holden, I changed my whole mindset. I'm like, I don't want to be this stressed. I get we all have stress day to day, but you can fix that, is what I should say. Like I just pray about it. And I finally got to the point where I was like, I couldn't do it anymore. I was crying more than I was laughing. And so that's when you know that you need to make a change in your life. And so I guess that's what I got with our company, is that I knew that I saw just how positive the mindset is day in and day out. I don't think I ever see anything negative. And so what I want to tell new people too, obviously I'm still new, but when you lose people, it's like, were they really meant to be there for you in the beginning? No. Like that's the mindset that I keep, is if they unfollow me, then maybe they don't want to support me, and that's okay. That's what I always say to myself, is it's okay, because tomorrow is a new day. I'm still going to be doing my Thrive. And so I just, at the end of the day, hope that I can help more people. But I just want to say, keep a positive mindset, because I don't know, that's just what I see in life. And I'm young, I'm 27. You could be 60 and doing this, or I saw a 90-year-old was thriving. It's like, we have our whole life to make a difference. So like, why not start now? And so that's what I got to.
Like, I think that one, I think the consistency is everything with this business. As we know, like just being consistent, showing up on the hard days, showing up, getting through those hard days, showing up on the bad days, not showing our shit per se. Probably shouldn't be, cursing on here, but, showing the bad stuff at the same time, not airing our dirty laundry or anything like that, but showing it, showing we're real people. So that those people can connect to us. But, I think you hit on the head, like just being positive. We run into a lot of things. We run into a lot of objections. We run into a lot of negativity, not in our group, but like in conversations and stuff like that. I just, like I tell my kids, like, treat it with kindness. Like you just treat everybody with kindness, treat people the way you want to be treated, go about your business. They're going to come back. Like they are going to come back. It's just a matter of time. And so with that, like, you've been absolutely crushing it. You came in, you hit your VIP, you hit the 4K rank. So what is your mindset around that? Like one, what was your mindset getting to that? And then now that you've achieved it, like, where's your head at?
I would say in the beginning, it was hard because when you start, you're like, wow, what if I don't hit these VIPs? But then I changed my mindset because like, I'm in this for the long haul. If I don't hit a VIP, or if you don't hit a rank or any of our things in time, I would just say that there's a bigger picture out there. And so my mindset was always, if I don't hit that, I'm still going to show up every day. And so I would say that's the way that I looked at it, is I was really excited. Like I pushed to hit those VIPs, but at the end of the day, it didn't matter to me if I didn't, is what I should say, because I knew that I was still going to be doing this and I still had the community. And Laurel, props to Laurel, because she's helped me transform my life. So I can't just give myself credit, is what I should say, because she has been so positive. She is a positive person and she's just the sweetest. She's incredible. So I think the days when I was having a bad day, it's like, oh, there's Laurel. She's knocking on my door again and she just made me smile. So
That's awesome. And I think feeding into the positivity, like I agree with you. I have never met someone so positive as Laurel. Like I wish I had half of that. Agree with you. Like on the days where, the other half is showing up, like we can lean on this team. And so many times we've all picked each other up. And I know for me personally, like on my bad days, like I have had people reaching out and picking me up and doing all the things. And I think that's incredible. So I know we say it all the time, but, staying close to the fire. When I first came in and I heard that, I was like, okay, like, yeah, these calls don't really fit my schedule. Like, literally it's dinner time, it's not great schedule, but at the same time, I tried to make a priority of hopping on. And as soon as I did, literally, if I hopped on with a negative mindset, as soon as I hopped off, and I hadn't done my IPAs that day, you better believe in the next 15 minutes, they were done. Like it lights a fire. So staying close to the fire is super, super important. But with that being said, have you had an aha moment? I know we kind of chatted about.
I was telling Cathy earlier, I'm like, I don't know what an aha moment is. No, I'm kidding. But I would just say even becoming a promoter would be my aha moment, because I waited so long. Like, why did it, like in my head, I'm like, now look what I have. And why did it take me that long to realize, what this could be for me? And honestly, I don't think it would have worked back then. I don't think I was in the mindset that I am now, whether you're a mom or not. It's just, I should say, becoming a mom changed my life, and we all have those aha moments. So I think that would be my main moment, is once I figured out I was pregnant with Holden, it just changed my entire life. It's like, I want to be a better person, not just for me, but for him. And so in my family, obviously you have people around you, but it's like, I really would say that was what changed my whole life, is becoming pregnant.
Oh, story. Awesome. Okay. So I just checked in the chat. I don't think I saw any questions, but that kind of wraps up the questions I had for you. If you have anything else you wanted to kind of hit on at the end, or Laurel, if you had any questions that kind of popped up as we went. I have absolutely loved chatting with you and hearing about your story. Cause like I said, like I have not had, we've chatted a little bit mostly about like products and breastfeeding mom and all, you know, all
Yeah.
so it's nice to be able to hear your story and to be able to showcase that. Cause like I said, like, I feel like it is so easy to even just the day to day, like this business is there's peaks and valleys constantly. Like even throughout your day, there are constant peaks and valleys. Like I know I'll wake up and I'll have a high and then something will happen. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I got to find something to pull myself out. Normally it's I pop in the chat or it's, you know, something along those lines and that or personal development or something like that. And that, you know, tends to pull me back out of it. But like, if we don't have our mindset, you know, if we don't see the struggles and all we see is these people hitting these milestones and, you know, coming in and succeeding right out of the gate or stuff like that. And you don't see the behind the scenes, you don't see, you know, the shit they're going through and like, you know, the ups and downs and all the you know, dirty day-to-day life. Like if you don't see that, it's very easy to get in your head and be like, okay, well, I can't do this. But in fact, what we do is very easy. It's very simple. It's just the consistency. It's showing up. You're doing your IPAs. It's being positive, like you said, you know, sharing your journey, being authentic. And I have loved being able to hear your story and being able to share that with the team. So if you have anything you want to say, or Laurel, if you have any questions to finish it up.
I think I'm good. I like how you said authentic. Just to end it is, yes, be raw or be real. You know, I was taught to be that way. It's just sometimes you let other people decide, you know, who you're going to be. And I should just say at the end of the day, be who you want to be, not who they want you to be. So.
Yes, exactly. You, Laurel, anything?
Oh, okay. I have nothing. I like for the first time in a long time, like I literally have nothing to follow up with that. Like you ladies are amazing. Like I'll speak on behalf of everybody else. Like I've been seeing the comments in the chat. Like there's like nothing else that I can add on to this. Like you ladies laid it all out there. Your mindsets are spot on. Like iron hard. I don't even know if that makes any sense, but I have nothing else to say. Like you guys cleaned house, and thank you so much for. Oh, sorry, T for teeth alarm. But thank you so much for hosting tonight, Cathy. You're natural. Kasey, you're amazing. Both of you ladies are. I knew you were gonna hit it off. I just knew it. And it was just that natural conversation flow for all of us to listen to, and just for both, like all of us to learn from you on your mindsets. When you literally touched on everything. Like when you have like those hard moments and those hard times, like what's your mindset? What are you going through? Like how do you approach it? And it's like a thank you next, like bless, give grace, thank you, but next. And both of you are like that, as most of our team is, because we teach that so heavily here and we value that so much here. You ladies are both amazing. I have nothing else to say. You cleaned house. Been amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you.
We'll see you ladies at Tea for Two then.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Guys.
Bye.